I remember that even when I was just a kid, we are poor. We don't have extra food. We don't have extra money to buy anything. No one will buy us a gift. We don't even have a toy unless we get good position in the school. Then the school award us a small little toy, okay, and then we cannot buy any food, okay, except once a year when we get the red pocket money, all right. But even I was only a kid. Everywhere there was stores selling any kind of food, okay, and then I save up the money for my lunch every day, and then I eat I buy the food and then enjoy the eating from all those stores, lining up from the outside the school and then back to my home. Okay, so just 5 minutes or 10 minutes walk. There are more than 10 or 20 stores, and then I buy a little bit of food. It is very just snacks, okay. For example, fish ball or those are 5 pieces, small fried pieces, and then it just call you $1 or $2 at that time. I save up all my money for the lunch, for the lunches I should be, okay. And then I choose one day to eat from the first store to last store. I enjoy eating so much, and then since I was born in Hong Kong, before leaving Hong Kong, I still enjoy the life in Hong Kong so much. I can go hiking, I can go swimming, I can go shopping. All of them are just within minutes of walking distance, or just take a bus for half hour or 1 hour, okay. And then even downstairs, okay, sometimes I just don't need to leave my building, okay. I can already go to eat in restaurants and even in the storm or even in the rains, because the building is protected, and then I can just pass from my home to the restaurant. So it is really a paradise, okay. You everywhere there is food. You can just anywhere when you're walking, you just buy some food, buy some drinks, and then you just eating, drinking on the road. And of course, if you already have a place to stay, to live, all right, and then you have a living, or you have a family, when you were a kid, then even though without money to pay, to travel, to buy things, to do anything, you can still enjoy the life, yeah. And then the fire frequency in Hong Kong, I don't think it is as frequent as other areas, other city or other countries. When I was in the U.S., I heard from the news about the disasters, about the fires, about the flooding. About the storm, the tornado was so horrible. The tornado can just smash every house on the big area, and then they can even push away the vans, the trucks, or even an aeroplane. It seems that the accident in the whole world are even more serious than I have witnessed in Hong Kong. But because of the particular situation in Hong Kong, because of the crowded situation in Hong Kong, once there was a fire, it won't just affect one family. In the US or some other countries, most of them, the fires only happen to one house, all right. Or not last time you see the fires in CA, even though they happen to quite a number of houses in a few districts, but because they are individual houses, so the population density is still small, and then most of them can run away, because when even the fire happens in your house, you still have 2 doors to leave. or you can just break through the window and then leave. The house is so big, right? Unless you are already trapped in the fire, and even like this, you only affect that family. All those buildings are once sure they have time to live, but in Hong Kong, once a fire broke out and people discovered that is a fire, usually the chance to live is is very low, and especially when the fire happened in such a crowded housing estate. With at least five buildings built so close to each other, and then because it is under reconstruction, okay, there are scaffolding bamboos around the whole all those high buildings, and then all those fences aim to protect, but now it turned to create a more serious problem, a deadly result. So we, we we are glad that for 70 years there is not a big fire like that in now already 17 years. Even a greater fire, even a more tragic fire, deadly fire than that happened 7 years ago. More people killed, and then more people wounded, and more people missing, and then sure the casualty will still be rising. We pray that all those hurt can be saved, all those suffered can be comforted, all those families who have members killed or dead. We pray for their. We pray that they can gain a comfort, they can recover from the loss, and then of course we pray that nothing so tragic can happen anywhere, uh, especially in Hong Kong, when a small fire happen, 8 buildings times 30 something stories times maybe at least 8 or more units, and then each unit maybe has at least 1 or 2 senior people. Surely they cannot live, they cannot walk, and they cannot jump, okay, and then they cannot, maybe they even cannot make a call or something like this. So we don't we can't imagine how great the casualties can turn out, but we are expected. We expected there should be a high casualties, and then we are inflicted with such pain that as an international city, Hong Kong will still face such a serious problem in housing, in construction work, in security measures against fire, and then in fire tragedy.